bus stops hard at the curb. The doors hiss open, and the noise of the street spills inside while people push forward without looking. Backpacks, brushing coats, phones already in hand, and impatience hanging thick in the air. He steps on last, moving slower than everyone else. His shoes worn thin at the heels, his jacket buttoned wrong, his eyes fixed on the card reader as if it might accuse him before anyone else does. The driver doesn't greet him, doesn't look up, just keeps tapping the screen while the line behind him sighs loudly. Someone clicking their tongue, someone else muttering that they're late. He reaches into his pocket, fingers searching carefully, pulling out a folded slip of paper, then another, then stopping, because the ticket isn't there. The bus doesn't move, the doors stay open, and the driver finally looks up. His expression already tight, already tired, already done with whatever excuse he expects to hear. "No ticket," the driver says, loud enough for the whole front row to hear, his voice sharp, flat, practiced. The man nods once, slowly, holding the folded paper like it might explain something if given the chance. But the driver doesn't wait, doesn't ask, doesn't lean in. Off the bus, the driver says again, this time louder, one hand already gesturing toward the open door, the street waiting just inches away. People start watching, not directly at first, just from the corners of their eyes, the way they do when they smell embarrassment before they see it. Someone near the middle laughs under their breath, not cruel enough to be obvious, not kind enough to hide it. A woman in a clean coat shakes her head, whispering something to her friend, her eyes flicking down to the man's shoes, then back up to the driver, as if confirming a quiet judgment. The man doesn't argue, doesn't raise his voice, doesn't try to explain. He just stands there for a second longer than necessary, the folded paper still in his hand, his shoulders slightly hunched, like he's already stepping away before his feet move. The driver leans forward, irritation flashing now, impatience winning, his finger tapping the screen again like the delay is a personal insult. "Sir, you're holding everyone up," the driver says, and the word "sir" lands wrong, heavy with sarcasm, stripped of respect. The man turns, stepping back toward the door, and the bus breathes again, a collective release. People shifting, ready to move on, ready to forget him the moment he's gone. But the door doesn't close yet. As the man steps down onto the curb, one foot, then the other, the folded paper slips from his hand, fluttering briefly before landing face up on the floor of the bus. No one moves to pick it up. The driver notices it, sighs, reaches down with two fingers like he's touching something unpleasant, and lifts it just enough to glance. He pauses. It's a bus pass, laminated official, the kind that doesn't tear, the kind that doesn't get issued lightly, the kind with the name printed clearly across the front and a seal stamped in the corner. The driver's face changes, not dramatically, not suddenly, but enough that the people closest to him feel it before they see it. He looks again, slower this time, then looks out through the open door, where the man is already standing on the sidewalk, slightly turned away, unsure whether to leave or wait. The driver clears his throat. "Sir," he says again, and this time the word sounds different, stripped of its edge, carrying something closer to caution. The man turns back. The bus is silent now, the laughter gone, the whispers stopped, the phones lowered just a little. "You dropped this," the driver says, holding the pass up higher so the man can see it, so everyone can see it. The man steps closer, not rushing, not relieved, just steady, like this is another moment he'll walk through without comment. The driver looks at the name again, then at the man's face, as if trying to align the two, as if realizing too late that he should have done this first. He stands up slightly from his seat. "Please," the driver says, and the word feels heavier than the last three sentences combined. "Come back on." There's a beat of hesitation, a small pause where the man doesn't move, where the sidewalk feels safer than the bus, where he seems to weigh whether stepping back inside is worth it. Then he steps up. No one claps, no one smiles, no one apologizes. But something has shifted, something quiet and uncomfortable moving through the aisle like a draft. The driver holds the pass out with both hands. Now, his movements slower, more careful. "I'm sorry," he says, not loudly, not performatively, just enough for the front rows to hear, just enough to make the silence press in tighter. The man takes the pass, nods once, and says nothing. The driver gestures toward the seats. "Anywhere you like," he says, and this time there's no impatience left in his voice, only something restrained, something like correction arriving too late. The man walks down the aisle, past the people who laughed, past the woman who shook her head, past the man who sighed the loudest, and no one meets his eyes now. Someone shifts their bag to make space without being asked. Someone else stands halfway, then sits back down, unsure, awkward, uncertain of what the right move is anymore. The man chooses a seat near the middle, by the window, and sits, placing the pass carefully back into his pocket, smoothing the edge of his jacket like he's resetting himself. The doors close. The bus pulls away. The driver doesn't turn the radio back on. No one speaks. The road hums beneath the tires, steady, indifferent, and the city slides past the windows like nothing happened, like this is just another stop on another route. But inside the bus, the air feels different, heavier, charged with something unspoken. The woman in the clean coat stares straight ahead, her reflection in the glass looking harsher than she remembers. The man who laughed earlier scrolls his phone faster than before, his thumb moving without purpose. Someone coughs, too loud, then goes still. The driver glances at the rearview mirror once, then again, his eyes landing briefly on the man's reflection before dropping back to the road. At the next stop, a young person boards, taps their card, moves on, and the routine resumes. But the silence doesn't break. The man by the window watches the street pass, his face calm, unreadable, his posture unchanged, as if nothing unusual has happened at all. A few stops later, the bus slows again. The driver clears his throat. "Sir," he says, speaking into the quiet without standing, without turning fully around, "your stop is coming up." The man looks up, surprised, then nods. "Yes," he says softly, the first word he's spoken since stepping back on when the bus stops. The driver opens the doors early. The man stands, moves toward the front, and as he passes the driver, their eyes meet for a fraction of a second. The driver looks away first. "Have a good day," he says, automatically, then pauses, and adds, quieter, "and I'm sorry again." The man nods once more. "I know," he says, not unkindly, not forgivingly, just factually, like a statement that doesn't need elaboration. He steps down onto the sidewalk. The doors close behind him. The bus pulls away. Inside, no one says anything. No one laughs. No one shakes their head. The road stretches on, and the passengers sit with the weight of a judgment made too quickly, a silence earned too publicly, and a reminder that arrived only after the damage was already done. They judged him in 3 seconds, and the bus carried the aftermath for the rest of the ride.